What is going on? Why is that doing that? You should not be doing this. Hold on. Ah, there we go. Is that better? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What's wrong with the sound here this morning? We need to have something's going on here. Something is going on. First of all, can you hear me? Where's my internet link? There it is. Okay. Oh, look. Wow. We've got a full house. Incredible. Right. Okay. A little sound check first of all. Can you guys hear me? That's really important because right now I can't hear me, and that's always very, very concerning. If I can't hear you, you can't hear me. So give me a thumbs up if the sound is okay. Cool, brilliant. That's all I need to know. Thank you for that. Brilliant. Off with those things then. How are you? How are you? Oh, look. Let me just see who's in. What we got here in Facebook land. There is Sarah. Good morning, Sarah. Good God, what are you doing up at this time in the morning? You have children. Go back to bed. You don't get enough sleep as it is. Mush is here. Aiko's here. Nyla. Yay, Nyla. And Nissin. I always say that wrong. I always say it wrong. And Twinkie's here as well. Wow. We've got a full house tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming in and joining me this morning. I'm really glad that you have made it. It's a big deal to me. I keep saying this. I am what they call a tiny streamer. Not even a small streamer, but a tiny, tiny streamer. And this morning my alarm went off at 6:15, and I promptly switched it off and promptly fell back to sleep again. And then I woke up at 6:15 going, what time is it? It is time to get up and organise it. So if I had an extra 10 minutes, I wouldn't not be hearing the music in my own ears, but the fact that you guys can hear me, that's okay. That's okay. I did manage to start to make myself a cup of coffee, which is good. The Rab way. So I'd already put the milk in and the coffee grind in. Yes, it is jailhouse coffee, before I get into trouble. The jailhouse coffee being instant coffee as opposed to nice coffee. But with the amount of coffee that I drink, I need to drink it quite weak, because it's the only thing that keeps a wee bit of moisture in my mouth. Oh yes, that's good. That's the first wet thing that's hit my very dry mouth this morning. Right, we are going to make some porridge this morning as well, because I'm hungry, and I'll eat a little bit of it as we do the papers. Okay. Being a proper Scotsman, I kind of live off porridge and porridge oats. It's the world's easiest thing to make. You don't even need to make it with milk. So I do like 1.5 handfuls. There's no mucking about with the measurements here. There's no alchemy to making porridge. It's purely an oats and milk sort of thing, or an oats and water sort of thing. Sometimes oats, milk and water. The only bit that you have to worry about is that you put enough milk in to cover the oats. So that's it. Then you can add more milk in. You always start off with that amount. And I am exceptionally old-fashioned. I cannot stir my porridge with anything other than woody. It's a throwback to my godmother and my grandmother. I cannot do it for the love of me. What is wrong with you, cooker? I was doing this yesterday. Okay, let's go to a different bed. There we go. Put it over there. That one obviously needs a clean. Right, so let's have a quick look. Can we flip? Is it going to... Why is this? Yesterday as well, it didn't allow me to flip the camera around. That is weird. So we'll have to do this way. Okay. Right, so there's the porridge right there with the wooden spoon in it on a nice low heat. and that will warm up nicely. And we shall go into the beautiful weather while that's cooking, and then come back and take my pills. While we go past, I cannot see the chat for all you people that have. I love you guys so much for coming. Look at that. There's so many of you there. That's amazing. I don't get to see the chat when I'm on this camera. Okay, without taking the camera off and going into the chat. What's that about spanking? Oh, wooden spoon. Oh my god, it's not that type of stream. It's a morning stream. Okay, we can talk about spanking in another stream. Good God, good God. Yeah, it's time for that jailhouse coffee. Yes, it is. It is indeed ICO jailhouse coffee and a half. Yeah, there we go. I'm just going through all the. I like to. Morning show is completely informal. There's no bones about it. I keep to quite a strict format, but you know what? It's about you guys. It's about me interacting with you more than anything else. I'm glad that it's tiny just now, because if this ever got like more than 20 people, it would be difficult to interact as much, and I would hate to leave anybody out for it all. We got a spanking so hard once with a wooden spoon, like that it broke us. Oh my god! A wooden spoon broke on you. Wow, that would have left a bruise. Good morning, Morgan. Morgan. I love saying that. Morgan. Which is good. Right, okay. Oh, I need to go back. I should never have done that. I got carried away looking at seeing who was in. Come back and give that a quick stir before we go into the weather. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, what a glorious day it is. Right, I need to get ready because usually I flip. I wonder why I can't flip my camera over. I wonder if it's an update that I need. Oh, do you hear that? Hear the birdies. It is a glorious day this morning. It's great. Hold on, look. That is looking east into this glorious sunrise this morning. And let's pan west. There's only a little bit of cloud in the west. It's going to be a spanking day. And I don't mean that in the nice way or the unnice way that Aiko was talking about. It's spanking. If we look down now, look at that. There's no wind in the bushes. There is no wind at all in the bushes or the trees. It's glorious. Absolutely glorious. Oh, there's a fucking wasp. I hate that. Listen, there's only one thing that I am actually genuinely scared of that gives me 100% fight or flight, and that is a flying, stinging insect. It's not there. Right, well, let's do the air quality and shut the window quickly. Okay, air quality. Oh, look at that. I could actually sit here and do the show from here, happily. It's a beautiful view in suburban Edinburgh. The air is cool and fresh upon my nostrils. It is a perfect day. It is so perfect that I think we shall barbecue today. That is what we will do. Let's, you get hornets over here. Fuck the hornets. Sorry, I shouldn't be swearing. I try not to swear in the morning. Nah, murder hornets and all that crap. Screw that. Okay, no, I have like I say, a severe fight or flight reaction to flying, stinging insects. If they're near my children, I'll attack them. I would eat them. I would and spit them out afterwards. But when it comes down to myself, I am like I'm like a little girl being chased by a worm, with a boy with a worm. I swear to God, it's like don't like them at all. They are no fun. They are no fun. I think that wasps are actually vermin. I think that they are, every single one of them think it was God's joke on this planet. Let's make them look like bees, sound like bees, but have no purpose. Yes, I know that they probably pollinate things when they go around doing their thing, and they eat other insects that are pests and stuff. They serve a purpose in the grand circle of life. But see, when I remake this planet, when I change the paradigm and make it the way that I want it, wasps are not going to be on the list. I will find a different creature to do a different function, the same function. I will give earthworm wings. They will be flying worms without stingers, and they will play ambient music as their wings vibrate. So you can hear them coming and go, ah, that's the worms. They're out pollinating early this morning. Did you hear this? Oh, they're playing Mozart this morning. That's amazing. Yeah, they were playing Schubert yesterday. Yeah, the wings are astounding. You know, they hear a sound and they can mimic that sound. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what should be instead of wasps. Porridge in the pot. It's ready. I like my porridge quite thick. Some people like it quite milky. I like mine quite thick, so it's like it sticks to your lungs. That's a Scottish phrase. Aye, it's so stodgy and thick, it'll stick to your lungs. Your lungs, I tell ya. And then I am a complete and utter little boy. I don't know if you have this in America. Lyle's Golden Syrup. It is pure sugar in a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous little tin can this way. For those that don't know, I have a really, really intense pot problem. I'm sorry, I'm admitting it now. It's like, that is my infamous wall of pots. There's a couple missing up here just now because they're there from last night, because I'm a bit naughty. I never did the dishes last night. But my pot wall is because cooking is truly my thing. Anyway, look at that. Oh, that there is diabetes in a spoon. That's not enough. It's just you need to have one kind of heaped tablespoon on the porridge, and look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it. Here we go. I swear, that is proper food porn just happening there. I get very excited about food, by the way. My wife thinks this is hilarious. Food is fuel. Oh, food is fuel. Yes, yes. But you can make it delicious fuel. You can. It can be delicious. It doesn't have to be plain and boring. You can make it amazing. Right. Time to stop my body from digesting itself and take my thyroxine. I have no thyroid gland, which is incredible. My body, as a reaction to experimental drugs when I had cancer, decided it would be fun to digest its own thyroid gland. So because I have no thyroxine at all, it's my body reacts in that hyper-digestive sort of way where I will burn calories far too quickly. It's good. You know what is good about it? If I want a beach body with abs and leaned up really quickly, just stop taking it. But the downside of it as well is if I don't take it, I fatigue in a matter of seconds, because thyroxine is an enabler of other hormones as well. So it kind of boosts and helps and starts other little things going on. Take. And that's us done. Right, you can only do this one bit at a time. So come through, put the porridge down, go back and get the coffee. Coffee. Mondays are always a great day for me. I love a Monday, because Mondays is when the kids all come back. They all come back, and They're the three kids that their mum's, my older ones, the baby and my wife are through in the bedroom. Where's my porridge? I'm going to have a spoonful of that just now. Hold on. Dear God. Oh, I just had a chunk of sweetness. That was totally wow. Right, okay. Let's do the camera changeover. Okay. Right. We need to switch to this camera. Come on, there we go. We need to we may have to work from this camera. We have two more. You know, this is what happens to get this amazing kind of perfect setup going, where everything works perfectly well, and then the sound has worked. So I'm actually still on my iPhone as opposed to my Snowball. So I don't know what's happening there. It was working perfectly last night, and oh my God, in Facebook land, there is the man himself right now. The man that invented this cup of coffee. That his name is Rab, and you won't be able to chat with him, everybody, in YouTube land, all right? But Rab is the man. He is one of my long lost friends, and I'm so glad that you hear Rab. There's a whole bunch of people in YouTube. If you wanted to jump across to the YouTube feed, you could say hi to them, so they could say hi to you, because you're kind of known as, you know, the man with the coffee, which is good. Right. So we're going to have potential issues. It's going to be either me or the papers. You won't have little Mo in the corner today, and we will fix the crap out of this sound issue by tonight for tonight's live stream. Okay, I'm glad that the audio is back. I need to now find a space where I can put this camera that is not intrusive to what I need to do. 1 second, let me change the settings on that. There we go, that is. And down a wee bit. Right, there we go. I'm wobbling. Right, let's do the papers, the papers. That is so frustrating, because I much prefer the creamy tones from this microphone compared to the overpopulated see, you're going to be hearing the fans of my laptop whirring away, trying to keep up with the amount of air that it needs to keep the coal hot inside the steam-powered engine that is my laptop. Okay, right. Let's get to the papers up on the screen. The other thing as well is, if for any reason we lose the stream because I'm sharing a screen, I will apologise headlong in advance. Oh, look, you can have both moles. It's going to come up with both moles. Oh, we like that. So you can have double the mole for half the price. That's awesome. Right, papers anyway. If you don't know what's happened in the UK, we briefly talked about this yesterday, and that is the whole thing being Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister, has like a chief executive officer, a man who's his senior advisor. His name is Dominic Cumming, and I liken him to Lord Voldemort, because he is proper evil incarnate. And yes, Morgan, I know, I'm really sorry you don't like me doing this. I know it's a bit of fun. He's a proper Death Eater. He will eat your children. This man, he's totally unscrupulous, uncompromising, does not give a shit about anything other than lining his pockets. And if he actually had a bone of integrity in his body, he would have fallen on his own sword, considering what has happened. He has been caught completely flouting quarantine and lockdown rules. We're talking 8 weeks ago, right? While other politicians and advisors who did do the same thing had to resign as a result of it. So he was summoned to Downing Street yesterday to answer for what he's done. But because he's Boris's mate, Boris is standing by him 100%. Now, the reasons that he went up to Durham from London, which is just under 300 miles away, so it's not even like he's going round to the local shop. He is actually going to town, like literally a different town. Now, where is that in the grand scheme of things? Might not sound like a big deal, but because he's a leader of, part of the leadership community of this country, he should be setting the positive example and biting the bullet. Now, the reasons he went there was to take his kid there to be looked after by his mum and dad, or his wife's mum and dad, or I think it was his mum and dad, all right, because his wife had symptoms for coronavirus. That, again, in the grand scheme of things, is great, except that the golden rules of lockdown also stated that you cannot leave children with people over 70, because they're little germ factories, little virus breeding grounds, and more kids don't show the symptoms compared to the adults. So you were leaving a potential time bomb of viral infection with vulnerable people, and that was also against the lockdown rules, okay? Which is crazy talk, right? Crazy. But he did it. There's also, I bring up my Facebook, I saved an article in there. There's also something that probably won't be in the papers, like people witnessing him at a particular location near Durham around the time that he was up there. I'm giving you all this background because it's important that you have this background to what's going on before we go to the papers, so you can see how this is all busting up with how the papers are dealing with it, and what papers hold a little bit of integrity and what papers are complete, like, just rags for everything that is going on just now. So yeah, good morning, Kelsey. What are you doing up at this time? That's my niece. So I've got my brother from another mother, Rab, on Facebook, and I have Kelsey on Facebook as well. It's amazing. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm just ranting a bit just now, so I'm waiting for Facebook to come up. Right, so the big pharma company, Glyso something or other, it's just come up. They have a headquarters based near a place called Bernard Castle in the northeast of England, right? And it's not far from Durham, okay? And Lord Voldemort was actually seen there, was witnessed being there as well. All right, now this is incredible because basically he was seen visiting there, and within 48 hours, the government had made a multi-million-pound deal with GlaxoSmithKline to be the company to research and develop the vaccine. So not only did he go up there, but he did something, you know, whether that be positive or negatives is by the by. However, GlaxoSmithKline, okay, let me just read this to you, have been caught overcharging for products in this country, and also fined £37.6 million for bribing UK officials. So they're a criminal entity over here, because of that. I mean, you can turn around and, you know, I'm just stating the fact that that is what they have done. So we have Lord Voldemort flouting the rules, dropping his kid off at unvulnerable people, right? We have him striking a deal at Barnard Castle near Durham, okay, with a company that has a reputation for being very, very naughty, okay? And then apparently he went home after that, back down to London. Meanwhile, over the past 8 weeks, there's been other officials that have flouted the lockdown rules, and they have fallen on their sword, including the chief doctor in Scotland. She visited her holiday home twice, but she stuck her hand up and says, yeah, right, I'm a bit of a dick, I shouldn't have done that. So yeah, so she fell on her sword instantly and said, no, we can't do this whatsoever. So why doesn't Dominic Cummings do the same? You know, crazy. So let's go to the papers. That's the background. Now you know the story and why I'm going to get so frustrated in about 2 minutes about reading the papers. I've already been through the headlines, not read the articles, but, you know, looked at the headlines, because it is a disgrace, to be perfectly honest, an absolute unadulterated disgrace, to be perfectly honest, which is crazy. Right, at the same time here, I want to just do one last sound check on the soundboard to see if we can get this mic working, because it's much better than me shouting at that little screen there. And we will do that as it comes up. Right, papers first. Papers. Let's do the big screen. Okay. Wonderful. Right, so the papers today. Newspaper headlines. You will see on every single headline, number 10, chaos as defiant PM defends Cummings. And this is going to be right the way through the papers. There's some good ones and there's some, like, you know, nonchalant ones. We better say something, but we're not going to go to town. So the I, chaos in number 10 as Cummings clings on with PM's support. There's the man himself, Lord Voldemort. Drama and farce in Downing Street as the Prime Minister's top aide seeks to save his job after claims he broke lockdown rules. There is no claims that he broke the lockdown rules. He broke the rules, and in an extreme fashion. Not in any. This is a disgrace. It's an absolute. He should be out on his ear. But I think that he holds something over the Prime Minister. I think that he holds a little bit of blackmail material, because he doesn't care. Sorry, I hear some buzzing. It's outside the window. It's alright, that's good. So Johnson backs his advisor in an extraordinary TV address to the nation and insists he did nothing wrong. No apology. He drove 250 miles from London to Durham to see the closest family. Wow. Right, Monday's front pages are dominated by the growing pressure Boris is facing to sack his senior advisor, Dominic Cummings, who has been accused of breaking lockdown rules. The headline is Chaos at number 10, Cummings clings on with PM's support. The paper describes the atmosphere in Downing Street as a farce, following Mr Johnson's extraordinary TV address to the nation on Sunday, where he insisted his senior advisor didn't do anything wrong. I mean, really, he didn't do anything wrong. Okay, right, it's a joke. It's a joke, 1 second. We are now going to continue with seeing if we can get the microphone to work. No, it's not working. Hold on. Let me pause one. Okay, hold on. I'm going to mute this one. Right, we should be back again. So there's definitely something wrong. It's not connecting. Right, good. That's good. That was me just testing it again, just to see if it's going to work. But clearly, it is not working. We will close down this application completely just now. That's so annoying. So annoying. Hope you can hear me now. There we go. Yeah. This is the difference between me using which camera am I on? I need to be on that camera because otherwise the sound will be out of sync. I don't know what's happening. I'm not using this one just now. I'm using the built-in microphone on my iPhone, which is very, very frustrating. I don't like using that one, and I don't like using that camera either. But you know, it will survive. We'll get through it. Right, back to the papers. Daily Mail. This is the complete right-wing Tory rag, and I was interested to see what they were going to say because they usually back the Prime Minister. And Daily Mail, as Boris brazenly backs number 10 Svengali. Wow, Svengali, who flouted PM's own strict lockdown rules. The question the whole country is asking is, what planet are they on? Oh my God, the Daily Mail is ripping them a new one. That's the first time I've called the Daily Mail, and been sincere about it. Usually they are the Daily Rag because they're so pro-Conservative Party. It's unbelievable. It is true. What planet are they on? Look, there's Boris there with his... Oh, you can't see me. Well, we can't do the little camera. Boris is sitting there. They're stock photographs. Not the point. The point being though is, what wanker? Sorry, that's just the point. He has just lost all credibility in every manner of form. What planet are they on is the question, leading the Daily Mail's front page on Monday, angled on the backlash the PM has received from both within the Tory party ranks and externally. The paper is critical of what it says is Boris Johnson's extraordinary defence, yes, of his senior advisor. The Mail's comment says Mr. Cummings' actions have given every selfish person licence to play the last fast and loose with public health. Oh my God, yes. The Daily Fail. It's brilliant, the Daily Fail. No, it's a rabid joke. It's a feral farce. It's the extremes of political friendships, basically superseding the needs of the nation. To give credibility to Boris Johnson, he should have said, sorry mate, this is just business, but you're sacked. You know, I don't care if but he's not got the integrity to do that. He's lost. I reckon that if there was a general election tomorrow, the Conservative Party would lose abysmally, without doubt, just on the back of this, you know, which is crazy. But you know, that is the way that it actually is. And you know, but Morgan has just said I've got 171 subscribers. I didn't know that. I thought I was hitting at like about 168. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you everybody who subscribed. We'll talk about subscribery things that what I'm going for just now. I was speaking to my brother about it as well. In fact, no, I'll mention it now. I want to broadcast live from my mobile through YouTube directly instead of going through a third-party bit of software out and around in Edinburgh in the next few weeks when lockdown is restricted and we can go actually doing the right thing and walk around a little bit more. I want to show you bits of Edinburgh that you don't get to see, just like do a tour of Edinburgh type thing, do it live. But I can't do that unless I've got 1,000 subscribers. So I've got a long way to go. So any help that you guys can give me would be most appreciated. I'm not looking to be a massive streamer, but that is the milestone that I'm going for. I'm doing it in bite-sized chunks, 200 first, then I'll take a breather and then go up. But if I can hit to 1,000, then that is purely for being able to broadcast outside. It means I can broadcast my barbecues live and do cooking outside with you guys live from my phone, which is good. Thank you, Nyla. We'll get you there. Brilliant. Thank you so much. That's the goal. That is the goal. I want to showcase my city. I want to showcase my favourite spots that I can do. I want to do ad hoc live streams as well as organised ones in specific areas, and like speak to the community and say, what part of Edinburgh do you want to see? You know, can I take you to the hills outside Edinburgh, look down on the city, just showcase? I mean, today is a perfect day for it. It's gorgeous outside. This is the sort of day I'd be walking along the canal, showing you a bit of nature, talking about things that I like to talk about without getting triggered about politics. But yeah, and even at night time as well, Christmas time with lights and stuff, nonsense stuff. But brilliant. I would really, really appreciate any help that you guys can give me. I've even got a video that if you wanted to use in the YouTube part, which kind of introduces myself and says what I'm all about. I will definitely link that video into here, so you can use that if you want, or you can just tell people about it. That's cool. I never really ask people to do anything like this, but any help that can be provided is always an absolute bonus. And Ron is going to help as well. He's going to do his thing to get it up. We were talking about it last night after the show. He goes, right, what you need to get is this piece of tech, that piece of tech, and I says, that's great. What I need is 1,000 subscribers so I can use my phone outside. The tech, and that will come, but something that doesn't cost anything other than a click is more vital to where I want to grow as a streamer, to be able to go out and do things out in the real world. Really, really important. I will post it on Discord. I will do that without a doubt. I'll do that while we're looking at the papers, in fact, which is good. Right, let's get back to the papers and crack on with the amazing thing of this story. Okay, right, where were we? Yes. Right, the Daily Fail backing up the people. Amazing. Coronavirus scandal. Right, here we've got a cheat and a coward. Oh, great headlines. I love how they're ripping them a new one. Look, he's got that cheesy grin. I know it's a stock photo. It's not a photo from yesterday, but he's got that fuck you. I'm sorry I'm swearing in the morning. Here's the potty. I have a thing at my feet. Hang on. Let's bring it up just now. I touch this. It's not been peed in, but this is my little boy's potty that we're training him with. Whenever I start to feel a swear word coming on in the morning, I kind of touch it with my feet. There's been times I've picked it up and thrown it away simply because I don't want to be accused of potty mouth. This is potty. Oh, I can't do it. I speak like Darth Vader into the potty. But that is the potty mouth potty. I'm not throwing it away. I don't want to wake up the kids just now. But yeah, that I want to swear. I want to start swearing, but I'm conscious of things. But this here, he's such a dick. I really can't stand that man. I don't hate people, okay? I don't, but I have an inane, uncontrollable, passionate dislike for Dominic Cummings in ways. He's probably a really, really nice guy. You'd probably sit down and have a gin and tonic with him. He's probably got interesting things to say. But no, no, he is evil incarnate as far as I'm concerned. Lockdown chaos will put lives at risk as gutless Johnson says Cummings is okay to flout the rules. Yes, he can flout the rules. Amazing. The Daily Mirror leads with the headline, "A cheat and a coward." The paper which with the Guardian broke the original story of Mr. Cummings travelling 260 miles to visit his parents' house in Durham, while the country was in lockdown, called the latest developments a scandal. Photographs of Mr. Cummings and Mr. Johnson feature on the front page, with the senior age described as a law unto himself, and Mr. Johnson accused of being scared to act. Oh my God, yes, 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 and yes. He is, look at him. We've got a cheat on the left and a coward on the right. He is actually a cheat as well. He cheats on many of his previous partners. Why on earth? Why on earth is he in power? I'm going to call this now. Where's my camera? Right, we're going to say this right now. Okay, I don't think that Boris Johnson will last beyond Christmas this year. Right, I think that something's going to happen, because the Conservative Party will be losing. They've got a majority. They've got the next 4 years to do whatever they want, truly whatever they want. They've got a majority in Parliament, they can pass any laws. They're not going to call for another general election. However, we may see yet another Conservative Prime Minister coming into power in an unelected fashion. After we had Theresa May, who got into power unelected, and then she called a general election, and she didn't get a majority. It was a hung parliament, and then she resigned, and Boris Johnson got into power. Now, Theresa May came into power after David Cameron resigned, so there wasn't even an election for her. She got into power unelected. Boris Johnson did the same thing by retaining the leadership of the Tory party. Then he had an election and got a landslide victory on the back of brainwashing the nation of getting Brexit done. That's this thumb thing. We're not allowed to point our fingers. We're going to get Brexit done, yes. Get Brexit done because it's the best thing for the nation, leaving the biggest trading bloc on the planet, yes. Idiot. Anyway, point being is, okay, we are going to be going down that path and have yet another unelected leader in our country, which is a joke of the first degree. But it'll happen, and nobody will do anything. Right, great. Moving on, the Guardian, no apology, no explanation. PM bets all on Cummings. Well, yeah, that's smug look in his face again. It's like, hey, I'm working, yes. I would actually like to go square blows with him. I'm not capable of not handling myself. I'm not a violent man. I'm a warrior, I'm an ex-soldier, and a martial artist. And I don't go around flaunting my abilities to do things, but I would like to get him on the mat and put on my gi and punch the shit out of him. I'm not a violent man. I would take great pleasure in doing that. Wow. No apology, no explanation. PM bets all on Cummings is the headline on the Guardian's front page. The paper highlights the fury from Tory MPs and experts over the senior aide's actions, as well as Mr Johnson's defence at the Daily Downing Street press briefing that Cummings followed the instincts of every father and parent. Hold on. He followed the instincts of every father and parent by breaking the rules and putting his parents in danger. Okay? Shocking. But really, he was up in that neck of the woods to sign a deal with GlaxoSmithKline. That's not experts. I can hear my baby waking up. Yeah, I can hear him there. Mental. Yeah, the guy's a tool. First-rate tool. Back to papers. Right. The paper also highlights editorial that suggests there is a widening gap between actions of those closest to the PM and behaviour expected from the British public. It is a totally animal farm. Some animals are more equal than others. You know, that is what it is. Daily Express, defiant Boris stands by his man. Daily Express describes Mr Johnson as defiant and quotes the PM saying that his senior advisor acted responsibly and legally. He did not. If you can't see that, Boris, you need to go. The paper reports Mr Johnson's comments that Mr Cummings had no alternative to staying away from his home in London because he was seeking childcare for his young son. Are you telling me right now that the senior aide for Downing Street couldn't find any assistance in London? Really? Shocking. Totally shocking. Crazy shocking, in fact. The Times. Cummings acted like any father. Listen, what paper is that again? The Daily Express. Right, okay. That's one of the wishy-washy sort of headlines. You know, it's not really ripping the new one. At the Times is Cummings acted like any father, insists PM. No. I can understand. No, don't get me wrong. I get it. I get it. You want to place your kids somewhere safe. But if that's all he was doing, you know, that would be fine. But it's not. It's an excuse. He thinks that we're all stupid. He's that man there is playing a game where he thinks he's better than every single person in our country or in these islands. Shocking. Telegraph. He has acted responsibly, legally, and with integrity. That really rubs me up in the wrong way, in ways you could not begin to imagine. Telegraph headlines in the PM's quote, he's acted responsibly, legally, and with integrity. But the paper reports on concerns from ministers that the developments risk seriously undermining the government's lockdown strategy. A comment piece also appears on the front page describing the inconvenient truth that the PM needs an enforcer. How did I say that? Individual. Wow, I'm going to look into that article. I can't read it, it's too wee there, but I'm going to look into that on my phone after the stream. I get to read that. And this son doesn't really have much of a thing. We're back to school, right? Bojo stands by top aide, and the primary kids are to go back to school on 1st of June. The Sun is kind of notorious for interesting headlines, but that's not really an interesting one. But, you know, it's the same thing again. Combining the controversy involving the tentative plans for schools to return next month, the Sun ends with a back to school on his front page. Nah, not interested in the Sun or the Financial Times. That's a cracking picture. But when it Cummings has PM support. Nah. Daily Star. Yes! No, this is brilliant. There's nothing. Axe Jez's big TV comeback. I don't even know who they're talking about. But it's great. It's nothing to do with politics. 100 million virus jabs for Brits. Yes. Scantily clad woman on the beach. Is that Liz Taylor? Is it? Yes, Liz. She's looking great. That is the papers. That is the papers. Is this what? There seems to be something. Speak quietly just now, because you're going to get an echo. Because for some reason that microphone seems to be working now. Crazy. Right. That is the papers. I'm going to do this while we are on the air just now. I'm going to drop. In fact, I'm not, because my little boy's waking up just now. In my footnote to the papers, I've never done a footnote before, but I strongly feel that we have been let down by our leaders in the way for doing. Is it better audio? Is it because I'm closer to the phone, or is it because of this one? Hold on, I'm speaking into this one just now. Is that working, or is it better here? You decide. You make the decision. But yeah, it's a big letdown factor. It shows to me that there is no integrity within our leadership. Even though Boris is a twat, first-rate idiot, he had some marginal integrity. We're talking a grain of integrity. We're not talking more than a sand bit, but he did have it. He's lost it all now, every bit of it. And you know, that's shocking behaviour, shocking things going on there, and I don't like it. don't like how he's basically taking the utter piss out of everybody in the country. You know, crazy. This one's working. That's amazing. Hold on. Can I hear myself on this? I don't know why that's working now. I think my laptop has a life of its own. That means I can go to this camera. There we go. So I'm speaking. Yes, great. Cool. Right, we can switch that beastie off. Great, I can speak down this one. Bye. Right, we're gonna have to. I have to speak quietly into this one. Okay, because otherwise, yeah, this is frustrating. I'm going to play around with my settings again. I don't know what's happened since last night. It's highly frustrating. So I'm not going to keep you guys back. Okay, I will post in Discord. Listen, there's anybody here just now that is wanting to join our Discord. I don't think it's open just now, but go there and you'll see all the links to our social media, and you can get in touch with me, and I will send you a personal invite. Regardless, just tell me your Discord name, and I will send you one. But it will be open tonight at 10:30 again for a couple of hours while we do tonight's stream, which is very exciting. It is the round table, and it is the amazing experience that is the Dark Crystal. I am so very, very excited about that. It's going to be probably the best round table, the most exciting one forever. I'm about to go and spam the crap out of it across my 4 accounts on Instagram. So I'm very excited. I want to do the same on Facebook. So I will pop the posts for the video that I used to plug myself with, and I will also put the wee link for tonight's show as well into my link tree, and also, in fact, it's already in the link tree for tonight's show. I will do all that and have that set up. So if anybody wants to grab those links and throw it about, they're more than welcome to do it. I'm not leaving this seat until I've got the link for the video that I used to spam myself up there. But yeah, great show this morning, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming to join me. I quite like these 6:30 in the morning starts. It gives me the opportunity to do a lot of amazing things. So yes, we're going to go just now. Let me find the outro. We will play a little bit of Cognac again. Cognac in the morning, giving me the thing, and I will get this jingle finished. Being a father of 4 sometimes, dilutes your time to do me things. That's what happens. But thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you tonight at 10:30. The kids are back in the house tonight as well, so hopefully we won't lose the stream when they're using their devices. And we will see you all tonight. Take it. Oh, where's it gone? Take it easy. There it is.
I hope you've been enjoying Mojax Happy's Radio Apocalypse.
Remember, 10:30 tonight. Everything dark, Crystal. So excited, so excited. Cannot wait, cannot wait, cannot wait, cannot wait. That's not me echoing. It's just me doing the effect.